Hello my beauties, welcome back. I've got a nail prep video for you today and it's all in real time. I am doing it on my own hand. I thought it would be better to do it on myself to give you a better idea of the benefits of doing a Russian manicure in a nail prep. Now, I suffer with eczema and psoriasis, so I get really bad build-up of thickened skin, and I tend to get it a lot around my nails, purely because I work with my nails, and that seems to be where it comes out as well. The psoriasis mainly, it's like it thickens my cuticles. So I decided to learn how to do a Russian manicure a few months, maybe 6-7 months ago now. And I've used this ever since with everybody. It's like the most amazing thing I've ever learned. So it helps me in the fact that, like, I do my nails every couple of months because I'm really lazy with my own nails. I do everybody else's and then I can't be bothered to do my own. It's just boring doing your own nails. I'm not getting paid for it. So after you have sanitized your client's hands and your own, and you've used isopropyl alcohol on a wipe, and you've cleansed off each and every nail plate, making sure there's no residue left over from any soaps or cleansers, sanitizers, anything like that, and there's no bacteria left. Then you want to come in with your cuticle pusher and push back all the cuticles, removing all of the non-living tissue from the nail plate. Now make sure when you're doing this, you're holding your cuticle pusher at around about a 45-degree angle, and you are not pressing down on the nail plate when you do this. I know it looks like I've got a really tight grip, but it's actually to hold my hands steady because I'm having to hold them up in the air to do this on camera. It is a very relaxed process. If you put pressure, you're going to remove layers of your nail plate, and you don't want to thin out your nails, do you? That is not a good thing. Give it a good brush off. Look how damaged my nails are. My pointer finger and my ring finger. Pointer finger I damaged by putting food in the oven, believe it or not. I just removed my set and I was filing it down. And my ring finger I snapped by cleaning the alloys of our car, scrubbing it with a little toothbrush to bring it back to sparkle. And yeah, I went a bit too rough. But it's grown out really well though, because it was a few months ago that I did it. So the first bit I'm coming in with on my Efile for the Russian manicure, and this bit is purely to lift the epinicium from the nail plate. You're not breaking the seal as per, you're not breaking the seal to the nail matrix, you're not exposing any live tissue, any live parts whatsoever. There is nowhere that you can squash in bacteria and cause an infection, any of this bad stuff that people seem to be saying. All these people that say this have never been trained in a Russian manicure, and like anything, I would always suggest, before you have something bad to say about it, actually go and do the training and you'll learn that it's not what you believe it to be. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, the looks that you get when it's finished is just amazing. So much cleaner, so much smoother and sleeker, and this is how that they managed to get the polish to look like it's growing out of the nail that colour, like you are growing red nails or whatever colour you choose. It's because they use all these tools and then use a fine liner brush under the cuticle area that's lifted. It's away from the nail plate, so you can get a fine liner brush in with your gel and go up and around there. And then once you actually press the cuticle, it comes back down into its position where it needs to be. So when you use this first bit, you come in a clockwise motion to do the left side of the cuticle. So you go from centre to left, centre to left. and you're pushing against the underside of the eponychium and trying not to put any pressure on the nail plate. You're not filing the nail, you're removing the cuticle that's stuck to your skin underneath the eponychium. Now, for the right hand side, you want to then flip it into reverse and again go from center but to the right, center to right. You're just lifting away from the nail plate. When you come in with your second bit, that's when you do all of the proper cuticle work, when you're removing all of the nasty stuff. It's your second bit that does all this. This is just mainly to lift it away, allowing you to get your second tool in there, which you'll see shortly. So again, look, we're going from the center to the right. You see how I'm pushing up against the underside of the eponychium, up against. You can see my skin lift as I push the tool under, and all this that's coming away is my cuticle. It's all dead cuticle. None of it is live. If it was live, you would see blood, right? Right, in with the next bit. Now this is the bit that does all the work. Now again, you want to do the first pattern I showed you. You go from center to left in clockwise and center to right in anti-clockwise. So the way that it's turning, the way that it's rotating, it's pushing the dust away from the nail rather than onto the nail. And there we go in with starting on the small finger. Try and get my hands into a weird position to hold my finger properly. So yeah, in we go, and we're pushing against again, and now we're coming down the sides. Now you're not coming down the side of the nail, you're coming down the side, the nail fold down the side, the lateral nail folds, onto the next nail, and so on and so forth, all the way through all 10, and then back again in the opposite direction in anti-clockwise to do center to right, doing the right hand side of the nail. Give it a good brush, get rid of all the dust, and then we're coming in with cuticle nippers. Now I use nippers on myself because I cannot for the life of me use my cuticle scissors at all. Not on myself, it's just no. I only have two hands and one of them I'm working on, so it's a bit hard. If I do it on other people, I will use a mix. Sometimes I'll use cuticle scissors, sometimes I'll use nippers. It depends what I'm feeling like on the day. I don't feel like there is any difference between the two if you are skilled enough to use them as well as each other. You know, it's like anything, it's just practice. I do find it a lot easier to use the nippers though, I'll be honest, because I feel like I've got more control with my big man hands than like a tiny pair of scissors. And I really struggle using scissors because my thumbs are so big, they get stuck in the blooming scissors, you know, when you put your finger and your thumb through and it's like, oh my god, it's stuck on my thumb, and I'm like flapping my hand around in the air trying to get it off, and I don't want to stab anybody accidentally, so you know what I mean. So go in with your cuticle nippers or scissors, whatever, and trim away the white part. Only the white part, that's dead. It just needs to be cut off now. There's no life running through it. If it was alive and you were cutting any live tissue, as I said before, it would bleed. You would see blood coming out. As simple as that. You've got blood running through your body. If you cut a live part of your body, blood will come out of it. You keep trimming away until there's nothing left to trim away. Now, on a client, it's going to be a lot easier to do because obviously you're going to be able to use your left hand to push and pull back skin and your right hand to do all the work, or vice versa if you're left-handed. Obviously for myself, I'm having to do all of that as well as doing it on my own hand and use my left hand to pull back skin as well, so it is quite difficult, as you'll know, because I'm sure a lot of you will do your own nails too. If you feel like you could come in again with your cuticle bit and go around with Efile again, if there's any more that you think you'll be able to remove, then go ahead. As long as you are not filing the nail itself, there's no damage you can do. You can only remove what's able to remove. If there's nothing left to remove, you will not file through your actual skin. The pieces are way too fine and way too delicate to cut your skin. It's not possible. If you are using cheap crap from eBay or somewhere else, then yeah, you probably will, because it'll say it's a fine bit, but it'll probably be a coarse bit, because they don't care. It's all about making money. You get them everywhere. So the next part is use a 180 grit file. This is a very fresh file I've just taken out of my box, and I just file off the edges. So like the tops and the sides, sorry, of the nail file, to make sure I'm not going to cut myself, because you know how sharp they can be. Do not apply any pressure, just let the nail file do the work for you. Very lightly go over and make sure that you have removed all of the surface shine and you can see the etches into the top of the nail plate. A little bit of extra work on this one because I had a tiny bit of acrylic left on the pointer. And that's obviously my damaged nail as well, so I want to ensure that I am getting maximum adhesion to that nail. Now if I was doing a removal and I was doing the manicure, the Russian manicure, then this is a part that I wouldn't do. I would just buff with a buffing block, very lightly over, and then rubbing cuticle oil and be done. That would be the end of it. Otherwise I'll be on to the next bit. So you want to brush away all of your dust. You want to use your isopropyl alcohol to clean the nails, and then there is one last step. Now the final step that I do not do on all of my clients. It is not necessary. This part is only for people that generally have skin conditions, whether it be psoriasis, dermatitis, or a form of eczema. Any form of skin condition that makes their skin different to somebody else's. It usually thickens up the skin. That's why we have heavier calluses around our fingers, around our hands. We get a thicker build-up because that's what our skin does. It's what our body does. It creates calluses, it thickens because it's confused. God knows. So this is the ball. The ball is not for the natural nail. The natural nails are finished. As soon as you've done your filing with your 180, natural nails finished. This part is to exfoliate and remove all of the dried skin, flaky bits that are around the nail area on the skin. Nothing to do with the nail itself whatsoever. Do not file the natural nail with the ball. You will create a well. The ball moves. It's not even the fact it moves, sorry. It's the fact of the shape of it. Because it is shaped as a ball, if you put it down on the side of your nail, you can see that if you apply pressure, it would create a well into your nail. You're going to thin out your nail, you're going to have a well at the back of your finger where your cuticle is, and it's going to look ridiculous. And you're also going to cause a lot of problems for yourself as it grows. So make sure that you're only exfoliating and you're going around on the skin area. As I say though, this is only required. It's not even required, it's an extra if you want to. I like to do it because I like some of my ladies really suffer with bad skin, and I know from suffering with this myself that you know you can do a beautiful set of nails, and then when you look at your nails, your fingers are all like cracked and sore bits everywhere because of the eczema. It makes you really sad. So it's like I just spent all that time doing a beautiful set and they just still look, my fingers look horrible, you know? So if it gives them that little bit of extra happiness that they get to look at the fingers and be happy of now how their hands look, how their fingers look with beautiful nails on, that's like an added bonus. And that's what it's about. It's about looking after your clients. So, as always, thank you for joining me. You are ready now to do your application, so forms or tips and your dehydration primer and all that. So if there's anything that you want to see in the future, drop a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!